All right, let's start off with the CAULBearer. Okay? I'm gonna walk you down the rabbit hole today. CAULBearer, those who see beyond the veil. Right? What's the myth for the CAULBearer? Person who's born with the cow considered to be someone both lucky and magically powerful. Okay? They were said to have the ability to foresee the future, able to travel easily to the other world, communicate with spirits. Right? So the CAULBearer is going to lead you into witchcraft. Okay? A person born with cow is considered to be whatever. Let's see what images got for us. All right, this is kind of what I was saying. The holy hood. Right? You got the call of the cow. You see the witch on the broom. But they would use the CAULBearer, the veil, in witchcraft ceremonies, right? I kind of showed that in some of my prior videos. So, you got the underwater birth. Right? I don't want to show no pictures because it's gonna be real babies in the cow. Right? But that's what you call an in cow when you encased. Right? When a baby is born in cow, it means they are submerged. It means they emerge from the womb still encased, sometimes partially in the amniotic sac. Okay, stay with me. So they refer to that as a veiled birth. Stay with me, walk with me. Right, when the baby is born, okay, so you follow me, right? Right? Now let's see what the veil is. That kind of ties into, so you got a scary movie called The Veil, right? American supernatural horror, right? You see how it's associated with horror. So let's see what images got. Okay. Behind the veil, you see the imagery associated, right? All right, so let's make it make sense. Let's put a CAULdron on it, see what come up. Okay, let's go to the veil of Isis. Okay. Let's see what the meaning of that metaphor, allegorical, artistic motif, in which nature is personified as the goddess Isis. Okay, now some people say there's a veil between life and death. The veil between worlds. Modern folklore speaks of thinning of the veil at the time of the year between our world and the other world, when the dead may return to visit the living, right? So you see the veil separates the two realms, the metaphysical barrier between the world of the living and the world of the dead. Okay, so we got the veil. Now let's walk it into hooded cults. Right? We're gonna make it make sense. Just walk with me. So all cults, they wear the hood, they wear the robe, they wear the veil. Look at this one, got the pointy hood. Demonic cult, right? The wizard's hat, right? See how all the all the wizards and all the, you know, occultists, they wear the hood. Okay? Now y'all remember that kayak commercial with the little manatees or whatever? Hold on. I don't want to sign in. Let's see if we can find it in images. Yeah, this commercial. So if you look, he's wearing a Masonic collar, right? The beluga whale or whatever they wearing Masonic collars. See the triangle in the middle of the table, right? Look at the Masonic collar around the road. See, they sitting in the pool, the veil, in cowl, right? Does it make sense now? The underwater birth, right? So the Illuminati is kind of behind the veil, right? We know what the Illuminati is, right? Notice the capstone. When you say Illuminati, you see the capstone, right? Remember, Marvel did a comic, and on the comic, the Illuminati had on robes. Let me see if I can find it. Here go one. See the lady in the back with the robe? This the one I'm talking about right here, where they all had the robe on. You notice they had the Spawn robe, the Doctor Strange robe, right? So you got the Illuminati, right? Now, who else wears a veil, a robe? The Ku Klux Klan, right? You got the Klan and the robe. Now, all religions come with a hat. Let's say religious caps, right? All religions come with a cap. The yarmulke, the kufi, the turban, the fez, right? All religions come with a hat. Religious hats and head coverings. So I'm trying to show you that. Look at my man right here, right? You see where this is going, right? All hats, all capstones. Every religion, Judaism, Christianity, the Pope, you know, the lady in the church hat, Islam. And if you don't wear a cap, you wear the tonsure, where you shave your head, right? If your religion don't have a cap, you end up shaving your head. A part of a monk's or priest's head left bare on top by shaving off the hair. Shave the hair on top, a monk or a priest. So if you don't have a hat on, in Buddhism, Hinduism, Christianity, what do they things have in common? A way of denouncing the vanity of the world, worldly ways represented by hair. All right, now let's get back on topic, right? A cap is a hat. Do we agree on that? What's the difference? Both hats and caps fall within the category of headgear and hair accessories. So we agree on that all caps are hats. All right, let's go deeper. Right? When you get married, you take the wedding veil off of the bride. Right? The wedding veil. Most people don't see that no more. When you lift the veil, when they say kiss the bride, you lift the veil. See how the lady's in the veil? Okay, now let's make it make sense. Okay, so we got the wedding veil, right? You got the wedding veil. Now, the question is, what's the significance of the veil? What does wearing a veil at your wedding mean? Right? Symbolizes a bride's chastity and modesty. Right? Now it says in many religions, It's a symbol of reverence for women to cover their heads. A symbol of reverence for women to cover their heads. Okay? Walk with me. Now, you got the cathedral veil, right? That come all the way down to the floor, the serious veil to cover your whole body, right? You know, it's different kind of veils, right? But let's get into, you know, when you marry somebody, you lift the veil. Okay? Now, you see, that's also associated with occultism, right? To lift the veil. So you see how it says practical Kabbalah with Kundalini Yoga, lifting the veil, the divine code. Okay, lifting the veil. See how he coming from behind the curtain? You see the one-eye symbolism with the pentagram, lifting the veil. Okay. So let's see what that means as far as definition-wise. Okay. What does it mean to lift the veil? The act of disregarding the veil of incorporation. Now, let's see what the Bible says. Whenever anyone turns to the Lord, the veil is taken away. Lifting the veil, exposing the truth that we have not yet seen. Right? The veil also submission of the bride to the loving care of her husband. Okay? Now, let's move on to the owl. Right? I spoke on this in my CAULBearer series. This is going to be part 5 to the CAULBearer series. Right? So the owl represents wisdom, transformation, prosperity. Right? What does the owl symbolize? Wisdom, mystery, intelligence, and protection. Right? That owl. We're going to come back to the owl. Right? Now, you ever heard of a CAULdron? So you got the cow. Right? We know what cowl is. The amniotic sac, the veil. Now you got the CAULdron. Okay, this is what witches use. We connecting the cow with witchcraft. Right? You ever seen witches use this? A vessel for boiling flesh, ceremonial or domestic use. Right? Let's get into the images. Images always tell the tale. Okay? You're getting into the homunculus. You're getting into the homunculus. Right? So this is a object used in witchcraft. Right, let me show you that. You see they got Harry Potter right there. The witch's CAULdron. Okay. Let's just go to images. So you see the witches always use the CAULdron. Right? And look at how it's spelled. C-A-U. That's the cow. Right? Then we getting into etymology, family. So you got the cow, right? Stay with me. See what the cow is, right? You see what the cowl is. Okay? Now, all we did was put a C in front of owl. You see where the word owl comes from. All we did was put an L at the end of cow, right? Notice the cow got the dual symbolism, black and white duality. the book of the cow, Libra Vaccae, the homunculus, Habul, the sacred cow, right? So you know we got October's very own is represented by the cow. By the owl, right? Follow me. This Drake label, October's very own, is the owl. Now the owl is Moloch, right? So you gotta see Moloch come in different interpretations. See, I say Moloch the owl god, but notice he got horns, right? See how they got the CAULdron underneath the owl, right? You see Moloch from Babylon, the child sacrifice, right? See how Baal, the cow, is connected to the owl, right? Now, what we know about the cult of Moloch, who is also called Molech, is said to have boiled kids alive in the bowels of a big bronze statue with the body of a man, head of a bull. Moloch can be represented in many ways. The owl and the occult can be a symbol for it as well. Okay? So you see some pictures of owls, the dollar, DC. Okay? Now, I told you that Moloch is associated with the bull, right? So we got the sacred bull, right? Sacred bull is a thing. People worship this bull. Okay? You see the moon. We getting into moon worship. You see the moon over top of the bull. This is an Egyptian. Look at the moon, the disc over top of the bull. But this is the disc over top of the bull. Right? The moon. Okay? And we talked about the lotus flower. Right? Y'all got to go back through my videos. Stay with me on my videos. The sacred bull. Right? You know them Hindus. Indian traditional Nandi. The Hindu. All this is Far East. Right? Now, you got Hubal. Hubal. Hold on. Let's get it right. Let's get it right. In Arabian mythology, Hubal was a god worshipped in pre-Islamic Arabia, notably Karashta, Kaaba, and Mecca. All right, let's you see the moon, right? Triple goddess, Ishtar, right? We touched on this. We did a lecture on this. Who is Hubal? Right, represented by the horned bull, right? The moon and the horns are one and the same, right? So you see the moon and Hubal, right? Give you some imagery of Hubal. Here he is in the robe. Right, the cloak. Okay, let's move on. Now you wonder why they call them cowboys, right? But if you notice, the cowboy wears a hat. It's called a cowboy hat. Notice the elongated top of the cowboy hat, right? It's a fez with a brim. Right? So the cowboys, they wear a scarf. Scarf could be considered a veil, right? Cowboys always got scarves around their neck And they also wear the elevated hat. Okay? So, we got, now stay with me now, it's a lot. Now you got the Islamic cap, which is the kufi. Now you see you got the fez, right? Look at the top. These are all Islamic hats, right? You got the elevated hat, the fez, right? Or you have the kufi, right? Religious cap. Now, kufi comes from Sufi. Okay? Look at who the Sufi are. Look at the hats. Look at the hats on the Sufi. Okay? Sufi Islam. Look at the complexion. Look what they doing in Sufi Islam. Right? Now some of y'all might not have heard of Sufi. Right? So you can wear the head wrap, or you can wear the fez. Right? You see the Masonic hand over the heart. Now let's get into what's the definition of Sufi. Okay. So you see it's some Islamic stuff, but now we getting into Freemasonry. Right? The secret practices of the Sufi Freemasons, the Islamic teachings of the heart of alchemy. Right? None of this is my idea, family. All of this is information out there. Okay? Now I'm showing you the Sufi coming from the Kufi is Freemasonic. Your Freemasons come from the East. That's why the Shriners put the Islamic symbolism on. Right? Islamic destiny, ancient Egypt, Freemasonry. Okay? So we showing that, look at this, the CAULdron, Zoro, whatever. We'll get into them later. All right, so Sufi is Freemasonry. Okay? Now, I already showed you all religions have a hat. All religions have a cap. Right? Religious hats and head coverings.